Welcome back to the How I Lost the Weight podcast. Today we're sitting down with Bashi, and Bashi is an incredibly interesting and talented dude who's currently on a weight loss journey, has already lost a ton of weight, and gained a ton of followers. When I was speaking to him in this conversation, he was in the middle of a 7-day fast and had recently started his Instagram page, and I think he was sitting at around 37 to 40-ish thousand followers. And now at the time of filming this intro, he's at 137,000 followers only a week or two later. So he has absolutely exploded, and there's a good reason for that. He's incredibly talented at creating content and building audiences. He's been doing this online for over 10 years. So one of the best takeaways from this conversation is how to do exactly what he's so good at, how to build an audience, how to capture attention, how to get people to want to follow your content. We also talk about a 7-day fast, which he did complete. And before we get into the episode, full disclaimer, nothing mentioned in this conversation or in this episode should be taken as medical or health advice. Before thinking about doing any fast, consult a medical professional and do your own research. Nothing we say should be taken as advice. But with that, Bashi does share his fasting experience, as this is something he's done in the past as well. And he gives you some tips if you are going to fast, how to make it a little more bearable to get through, to get to the ultimate health outcome that you're going for. This episode is awesome. He's a super interesting dude who's achieved a lot at a very young age, and he continues to do much, much more. So definitely go give him a follow after watching this episode. His socials are linked down below. He also walks more steps each day for every new follower. So go make him walk some more, and let's get into the conversation. Hey, man,
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Just came back from a little walk.
Cool. How far did you go?
I'm not sure how far it was, but it was about 30 to 40 minutes to the park, and then I walked back an hour and a half or something.
Cool. So yeah, we were talking before we started recording, and you and I were both creating similar content on YouTube like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, so super crazy that we're crossing paths again. It's super awesome. And I found you because of your series that you're doing right now, where how far are you going to go without eating? Is it 7 days, you said?
7 days, yep.
Have you done prolonged fasting before, or is it the first time?
I've done it before.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done 7 days before.
You have? Okay. And so what motivated you to do it the first time, and how do you get to 7 days? Because the longest I've ever done is 3, and that was like a lot for me.
The motivation is because it's just the fastest way to lose weight.
Got it.
Honestly. And then once you do a little bit more research into it, you learn about the benefits of autophagy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fascinating once you learn more about it. 3 days is really a lot. All you really need, and man, I don't want to like give advice, but I'll
put a disclaimer in the beginning saying none of this is medical advice. You're good. So just do what you do. And then.
All I do is take electrolytes, so sodium, potassium, and magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
That's generally all you need. If you're going to do a prolonged fast, I would recommend talking to a doctor, do your own research, and listen to your body is the biggest thing I would do. There's been many times where I've tried to attempt 7 days and I've just broken the fast because I either had a headache, I wasn't feeling well, and you just really have to listen to your body.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's where I've done it before. Longest I've ever pushed it was 3 days. And the biggest things I experienced was, we talked about this before we started too, was the lack of sleep. Sleeping is incredibly hard. Have you found any sort of tips to help you fall asleep while fasting?
Not really. From what I've read online, magnesium is supposed to help you sleep.
Okay.
It's supposed to give you a better night's sleep. The problem is not me falling asleep. It's just I can't stay asleep for a really long time. So the past 3 days that I've been fasting, I've slept 9 hours, which is really bad. And that is probably why I have a minor headache right now. So maybe I'll try to take a nap and like force myself to sleep or something today.
Mm-hmm. So with your weight loss content, you've grown really, really fast. And I'm assuming that a lot of this comes from your long content experience in the past, for like how to structure videos and everything like that. Like how do you go about putting together each post that you make for this kind of content?
Yeah, great question. I've been personally making content since I was like 10 years old. Parents got me a little flip recorder camera, and I'll just film anything, whether it was like Legos or fireworks, whatever I thought was cool. That's kind of what I've been doing ever since I was 10 for basically 17 years. And when it comes to structuring the videos, I just film whatever I think is cool. Like I just went to the park today and I saw this old couple because at the parks here, they have like fitness and workout, just more like calisthenics things.
Got it.
But I saw them doing it, so I just filmed that because I thought it was cool. I thought people would like it. Filming like the sunrise and everything. just whatever I think is cool and what people would like to see is kind of how I structure that. And I just have always been like content build, I guess.
Hmm.
I've always been on and off making videos. Even like in my free time, I'll watch videos for like Mr. Beast, like the podcasts of how he grew, tips like that. And I just love content. And yeah, I mean, I'll just continue to do it.
Yeah, totally, man. And so you've already, like I said, amassed a ton of followers really quickly, and you're doing some sort of challenge within the challenge, aren't you? Like for every follower you get, you're doing something. What is the
Right,
specifics?
right.
What is exactly you're doing?
So every follower is one step.
Okay,
Um,
a day.
yeah, yeah.
So, dude, aren't you at like 27,000 already?
So when I started the challenges, I was at 11,000. The
Okay.
first day I gained 6,000. Today I'm already at 10,000. I've already walked 10,000 steps today, but I know it's going to increase. So I'm probably going to have to go for another walk later today. I don't want it to get too out of hand because when you're fasting, when you sweat,
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
losing all of your electrolytes. So I don't want to push it too hard. If anything, I'll just make up for it in another video
Yeah.
because I want to finish the challenge and not give up because I sweat out all my
Hmm.
electrolytes
Yeah, you made it
and
impossible.
the lack of sleep. Like, yeah, I mean, my goal is to finish the challenge. And if I have to finish these steps in another video or
Yeah, you'll do it then.
series or whatever, then yeah, I'll do it.
So for the weight loss this time, what is your ultimate goal? Like, do you have something specific in mind?
What's going on? It's Ben from Step Pals here on my daily walk. If you want to walk more, download Step Pals. You can try it for free. It's a walking accountability game that works a lot like Tamagotchi. You adopt a virtual pet, you set a daily step goal, and you can only keep your Step Pal alive by hitting your daily steps and taking care of them. And you can try it out for free right now. It's linked down below. Let's get back into the episode.
Yeah, yeah. I'd just like to, honestly, I want to get a six pack.
Yeah.
I lost the weight before actually, and I never was disciplined enough to actually attempt or go for a six pack.
A six pack is hard, man.
It is, it is extremely hard. I want to at least say that I've had it once. I don't
Yeah,
think that I'll
that'd be a good
be,
goal. I should do that too.
yeah. Yeah, you can just use AI or something, right? You can say you did it, but
Yeah, yeah.
um, I would definitely want to do it once. I don't think that I'll maintain that forever because it's extremely hard and you have to be extremely disciplined. But I want to hit that, and then after that, just go to the gym a couple times a week and just
Maintain.
maintain. Yeah, I don't want like a crazy physique, but just like you can tell like they go to the gym pretty much. But
Totally. Makes total sense.
yeah,
So
that's my goal.
you mentioned before that you've lost the weight before and then put it back on. What led to the weight gain, if you can point to anything in particular?
Yeah, yeah. It's a long story. I'll just kind of summarize it.
Yeah, say whatever you want.
It's around the time of COVID, and what I realized from posting a lot of these videos is that there's a lot of people with similar stories where they lost the weight and gained it back during COVID.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly what shifted during COVID, but for me, there's a lot of things that happened, whether it was like people in my family passing or losing friends. And then the fact that, you're locked in the house all day and DoorDash exists. So I would just order a lot of food, and alcohol was a big thing too. So alcohol and food and playing video games, because around that time, if you play MMOs, there was World of Warcraft and MapleStory. They just had like big expansions. So all I was doing is like door dashing 3 times a day. You could even DoorDash alcohol in Vegas. There was points in my life where I wouldn't leave the house for like weeks, and it just accumulated over 4 years, and now we're back.
So yeah, I think a lot of people have a similar story with COVID. I know that I even put a ton of weight during COVID because of exactly what you're talking about. Like, what else do you do besides stuff where you're sitting down? And then
Exactly.
that's really where I built the habit of the whole Uber Eats thing too, where it's just that's where the habit was formed, and it's not
Yeah.
exactly a good one, but it's definitely one that I think most people can relate to. So then, with what was the breaking point where you're like, "Hey, I want to start losing weight"? Was there anything in particular?
I don't think there's like a moment, like a light bulb in my head where I'm like, I need to lose weight right now. It's
Yeah.
just being so unhealthy. And for a long time, it's like, you get to the point where enough is enough and you realize that what you're doing is just not healthy. And the things that I want to achieve in my life and my goals do not involve me being obese. So there was no light bulb. It's just one day I guess I just wanted to change. I've had enough.
Totally. Yeah. And what are the things that you want to achieve?
Well, I really like hiking, so I can't really do that right now because I get out of breath from walking a flight of stairs. Um, I guess weight loss. If you're being specific to weight loss, it would be more around hiking and just probably want to do like a triathlon because that's something my
Cool.
dad did,
Sweet.
which is very far from now, but it's definitely achievable.
Totally.
There's a lot of things I want in life. Are you just referring to like
Yeah. No,
the
tell me it
weight
all.
loss side
Not
of?
just weight loss. No, just in general. Like,
Oh,
what are your goals?
yeah, I want to be able to inspire people with the content that I make. I want to eventually hit 1 million subscribers. There's a lot of people that I want to collab with. And then I'm also into cars, so there's a
Yeah, I
lot of
remember
cars
that.
that I want. There's a lot of cars that I want, and they're expensive. So I need to make money, and I also don't want to work for someone else in
That's
the
the next.
future.
Yeah, that's the next question that I had for you because you saw on your YouTube channel, I saw that you left your 6-figure job and you were talking about that whole thing. So,
Hmm.
why did you leave that job and what do you want to do now?
Yeah, so it was a great job. The work environment was amazing. The people there, there's tons of help. But it was a sales job. And I think the first thing that comes to mind when you think of sales is like the quota, right? And it makes
Hmm.
sense because they're a business, they have to make money. And if you're a sales rep and you're not hitting the quota, then they're not going to be making money, right?
Yeah.
Because they were paying me salary and commission. So it's not that I didn't hit the quota, it's just that there's that extra layer of pressure. And there's a lot of micromanaging when it comes to sales. And you would get daily messages from managers and their managers. I'm just figuring out why a deal was lost. Another reason was, and I'm not putting anyone at blame here, but a lot of people, a lot of businesses that I sold to would eventually end up canceling. So you would put in this work for
Mm.
a week or two, follow ups, emails, all these things, just for them to cancel. And it happened 4 times in the 5 months that I was there. So it's definitely a roller coaster of emotions. And ultimately, I just didn't feel like it was for me. Um, there's definitely other things that I want to do, which is really content creation. That's the one of the few things that I really love. And when I make content, it never feels like I'm working.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally get that. That's really important. If you can get to that place, then life becomes a lot more fun. When you're
Absolutely.
when you're making videos about this fasting, so I actually tried to document a 3-day fast that I did a few months ago on the Step Pals page, and my content got flagged numerous times. Have you had any issues with like content getting flagged?
That's hilarious because this morning I woke up to my video getting removed on TikTok. And yeah, I had a feeling that it would probably get flagged or reported by people. I think it's just a lot of misinformation that's out there because a lot of
Yes.
people think that it's super dangerous. It can be if you do it in the wrong way and you don't do any research. But yeah, I woke up this morning, the video was taking off. I posted probably 100 times on TikTok. That was the first video that
That got
hit
flagged.
100K and it got flagged. So it got deleted at 100K views. I actually appealed it and it was restored 5 minutes later. And I was like, whoa, that was incredibly fast.
Hmm.
And I'm not surprised that I got flagged, but I'm glad that they were able to re-upload it because the funny thing is Mr. Beast actually uploaded a video where he fasted for 15 days.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just think it's funny that that video is still up and it would be weird if anyone else's content, because I see content on fasting all over social media. So
Hmm. Me too.
I
But
knew there was a chance, but
two of mine that got flagged, they never came back. They're still locked for good on TikTok. It's super frustrating.
that's crazy.
It's so silly. Like there's so many things that I understand. Of course, you should do your own research and you should consult a professional, whatever, whatever. But there is way worse stuff that is constantly talked about on social media that is way more dangerous. Like it's so crazy that uh, it's deemed so dangerous for you just to not eat when most of the world is like very overweight, and it would probably be a decent thing for them to not eat for at least some period of time. So yeah, it's I'm glad that they reversed yours, but two of mine were still flagged. So hopefully that yeah. So what's the ultimate plan for the content? Like, do you want to make? I guess I'll open the floor to you. Like, you have this vision in your mind of you want to be a content creator. What kind of stuff do you see yourself making?
Yeah, great questions. I never really thought of myself being like a shorts person. I really prefer YouTube a lot more, just like the long form content. And in my eyes, it feels like a lot of times what YouTube is just a bunch of shorts. And it's kind of validating to see that the first, I guess, storytelling short that I posted, I think it's at like 1.5 million views right now.
Wow.
And I just feel like a YouTube video is just a bunch of those shorts, and you just have to kind of tell the story in a longer form. My goal is to kind of really just focus on YouTube, but I have been seeing a lot more success on like Instagram and stuff. So
Mhm.
not exactly sure where I should put all my time and energy because you don't get paid for views on Instagram. There are some accounts that have that like Reels bonus, and mine doesn't. So
Mhm.
if I were to get paid on Instagram, it would be from me selling some kind of course or something. I don't know, like
Mhm.
one-on-one coaching or something, but that's not what I want to do. So trying to pivot over to YouTube somehow. Um, I've kind of just been posting a lot of videos on YouTube, kind of just spamming them, unedited, just talking videos like to the camera. I'm working on 2 videos right now. One is I'm gonna be fasting for 15 days, and it's basically gonna be like I beat Mr. Beast in his own challenge. And then another one where I'm quitting all my vices for 30 days. And I feel like the timing can't be any better because it's gonna go up right before New Year's resolution. So
True.
kind of banking on that, but we'll see. I've been having fun on Instagram, but I want to spend more of my energy on YouTube for sure. And we'll see how those 2 videos go when I post that on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's definitely the place where you want to be as a creator, especially from a monetization standpoint, which is why you and I focused a lot on it from like 5, 6 years ago. But but with your weight loss, sorry, with your fasting right now, you said you're in day 3 currently, right?
hmm hmm
So what can people expect if they try to do a prolonged fast for what they'll feel throughout those days?
Yeah, great question. The first 3 days, you will be very hungry. Um, yeah, you'll be very hungry. You'll want to eat. You'll miss the taste of food. And around day 3 is when you will most likely need to start taking electrolytes, either day 2 or day 3.
What's going on? It's Ben here from Step Pals. I just want to thank you for watching the How I Lost the Weight podcast. Every episode, we bring on people who lost the weight to share their tactics, their stories, and their mindsets to help you achieve the very same thing. So if you're looking to hear from people like you who achieved what you're looking to achieve to reach your weight loss goals, make sure to click the subscribe button so that you don't miss a future episode. Super happy to have you. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the episode.
Like I said, just listen to your body. If you're not feeling well, then you should increase your amount of salts. And around day 3, kind of shifts because you don't start to feel hungry anymore. And of course, it's different for everyone, but you don't really start feeling hungry anymore, which is weird. But everything smells incredible.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
remember
feel
that
like, yeah, you will feel like you can almost taste the food from
from
just
smelling
the
it.
scent. Yeah, it's like such a tease because my neighbor right next to me cooks food all the time, and I can just smell it. And it smells incredible, and I wish I could eat it. But pretty much, yeah, during those first couple of days, I didn't really feel, or sorry, I felt like I had an increased amount of energy, and I was hungry the first couple of days. After that, it's kind of like just a mental battle at that point. From day 3 and on, you just have to kind of fight the urges of not wanting to eat. As long as you're taking your electrolytes and you feel fine, then all you'll really feel is just an increased amount of energy and hard time sleeping, I guess. Um,
When you are feeling hungry, when you get those hunger urges, what do you do to fight them off?
Yeah, great question. The best way to do it, honestly, is just to distract yourself. If you're distracted, then you're not going to be thinking about it. And that can mean a lot of things for a lot of people because you can say you're going to distract yourself by watching Netflix or something,
Yeah.
but you have to be like locked in. And what I mean by that is like, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's like, for like on a roller coaster or something, all you're thinking about is the roller coaster. Even if you smell like a pizza or something, you're not thinking about the pizza. You're just
You're
focusing
present.
on going down. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do, but that's the best way to do it. Just going on a walk, even trying to distract yourself in any way possible. Just remembering why you started, why you're fasting. And it's never a bad thing to break the fast too. if you do end up breaking the fast, but because you can always start again, right? So it's never a terrible thing because it's not like a drug or anything. It's
Mhm.
just maybe next time you stopped at 3 days, and maybe next time you can try for 4 days.
Totally. Yeah, no, it's definitely a game with yourself and a battle within the mind. And I think that walking and getting away from wherever easily accessible food is always helped me a lot. But the point that you made that's really, really important is the fact that like it's different to be doing something versus being locked in on something. Because if you're
Hmm.
doing something but you're kind of only half there, then the hunger pains that I found get bigger and stronger.
Right, right.
Whereas if you're actually locked in, you don't even really think about hunger because you're so focused on one specific thing. So that's really good advice there. How long you said you're gonna fast for this time? You're gonna fast for 7 days or the 14 days?
The series on Instagram will be 7 days.
Okay,
I already feel like seven's a lot,
yeah, it's a
and
lot for
it's kind of
sure.
pushing it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop on Instagram at 7 days, but I will attempt to go longer, um, unrecorded or not for Instagram, but for YouTube,
hmm
to try to beat Mr. Beast's record. We'll see though. I've never done longer than 7 days, so it'll be another challenge for me, I guess.
sweet man, awesome. So then, in terms of if you had to guess how many followers you'll accumulate on Instagram through doing this series, what would your guess be?
Oh man, I've already started doing the math because I've been like refreshing my Instagram feed like 20 times a day, just
Because
looking at the followers go.
it's flying, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's I think every 100,000 views is 900 followers. Hold on.
You're good at making videos too,
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah, yeah.
they're always very easy to watch. Like you can tell when someone's like grown up on social, and it's very apparent that you have. Like your videos are always really good. So kudos to you, man. And I'm really glad to
Thank you,
see
thank you.
you doing stuff that you're passionate about too. I think that everyone's life gets better when you're doing shit like that. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. And I hope that that continues to crush it for you. What do you have any sort of plan in terms of how you'll monetize this whole thing?
Absolutely not.
Okay, we'll figure that out when we get there.
Yeah, yeah. Going back a little bit to the followers, I don't know how much I'll gain from the 1.5 million views. I got around 10,000 followers. You never know how many views a video is going to get. I've had one video before this hit 7 million views, and I thought it kind of fell off at 6 million, but it just keeps getting views. And this video is like 3 weeks old and it's still getting views. So I have no idea. I think if I were to guess, if I keep putting out good content, I might be able to hit 100K.
I think you
As far
can.
as, thank you. As far as monetizing it, it's hard to send, I feel like it's hard to send traffic over from like short form content to YouTube.
Definitely is
I don't
difficult.
know if that's the best way to do it. If anything, I would probably just focus on teaching people how to go viral.
Yeah, I was about to
So,
that works out. I was about to ask you a question on that. Sorry to cut you off, but so you said if I keep putting out good content, and like you and I, because we've worked in this space for so long, we know what that looks like. But can you
mhm.
describe to someone who doesn't get what good content is, like what makes a video good?
Yeah, yeah, it's a very subjective question. I think it depends on the age of the audience and everything.
What is the age of your audience that you're getting right now?
They're like majority of it's 25 to 34. I think
Okay,
that's like the age group.
cool.
It's a little bit older for like I don't know what the next group is, like 35 to 44
Yep.
or something. For short form, I feel like it doesn't matter as much, but for long form, it's gonna be different. That's why on YouTube, if I look at my demographics, it's more in like the 35 to 55, which is interesting.
hmm
But for short form, what makes good content is for short form, you have to cut out all of the negative space,
So
but
much.
you kind of just have to get to the point. And obviously, like hooks are super important, but you kind of want to, the way I've been approaching it is kind of like a storytelling. Um, giving them another reason to watch. Like the video I posted, I said why I wanted to lose weight, kind of like um, what the story is behind me
hmm
getting the weight back, or I gained the weight, and what my plan is to fix that problem. Right, I created a problem, and now I'm trying to fix it in this video. And I feel like in the middle, you can kind of put whatever you want. It's not like not whatever, but it kind of still has to be interesting. you have to use a lot of like sound effects and music to your advantage too. And even knowing when to not use music um, is important too.
How can someone learn those skills if they don't already have them?
Honestly, I watched that video in full screen probably like 30 times before I
Really?
posted it.
Wow.
I just micro analyzed everything, listening to like the audio if it sounds good here or if I need to lower the sound effect a little bit more. I just listened to it and I try to put myself as like someone that has never seen my content if I would stop watching it at this point and if it gets boring at any point. Also, just there's tons of resources on YouTube. I watched a lot of Jenny Hoyos. She's like the shorts queen, I guess.
Okay.
She had that title, and she has hour-long podcasts where she talks about what she does and all of her strategies and tips. My video that I posted was very much so Tech Joyce inspired. I think that she's a great creator and she makes boring things into things that you want to watch. Like, I think posting car content is very hard to get views,
Mhm.
but she turned some very boring content of changing like some parts on an old Honda Civic into something that has like 2 million views. And I think that, you can just watch people that are successful and take inspiration from it.
Yeah, emulate it from there. No, 100%. And then it comes with reps too. It's also a taste
Exactly.
that has to get developed over time and through actually doing it. And when you get to a point you've done it hundreds of or thousands of times, then it's like you where you can actually analyze every little second and be like, what should I tweak? What should I change? And I'm sure you
Mhm.
knew after you did that it would do well,
I don't want to say that. I knew it was something that I would want to watch.
which is
That's
probably
about
good
all I could say.
indication that it will work.
I guess you could say that.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good stuff, man. And thank you for sharing all that. And where should people follow you? Is it the same handle on TikTok and Instagram?
Yeah, it's the same on every platform. I had to add a bunch of numbers at the end because my name was taken on every platform.
Yeah.
It's just Bashi 180SX.
Cool.
I
Awesome.
have an account on every
Every
platform.
place. Cool. Well, everything will be linked down below. So if you're watching this and you want to go give them a follow, definitely go do so. It'll be linked down below in the description box. Go show them some love. I think you'll get to 100K, maybe not right during the series, but maybe shortly after. I think that you'll get there, man. So keep pushing. Thanks for coming on the pod. We really appreciate you. And I'm super excited to follow the rest of the series and then everything else you post too, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, man.
Cheers, man.